Hey there, Detroit sports fanatics. I'm Taylor Phillips, and welcome to Taylor's Detroit Sports Postgame Wednesday, April 22nd, 2015, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm Taylor Phillips. David Price gets rocked again by the Yankees at Comerica Park. Straight time. He goes 2 1/3 innings this time tonight, giving up 8 earned runs on 10 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. His ERA climbs up to 3.28. Tigers get pounded 13-4 by the Yankees, just like in the old days. So he takes his first loss of the season. Adam Warren gets the win and improves to 1-1. That's the record that each pitcher has now. Let's take a look at the scoring summary. Yankees got on the board first with 6 runs in the first inning. First on a fly on a single from Brian McCann, scoring Jacoby Ellsbury, and then a Chase Headley single scoring Chris Young, and then a 3-run double by Gregorio Petit, however you pronounce his name. Then a Jacoby Ellsbury. Got up to bat again, hit an RBI single, scoring Petit. And that capped off the 6-run first inning for the Yankees. The Tigers would strike back with 4 on a bases-loaded walk drawn by J.D. Martinez, and then a Yoenis Cespedes RBI single scoring Miguel Cabrera. Anthony Ghost scored on the bases-loaded walk. Nick Castellanos grounded into a fielder's choice 6-4, scoring Victor Martinez. Alex Avila hit an RBI single to cap off the 4-run inning, scoring J.D. Martinez. The Yankees would get 2 of their runs back on a Carlos Beltran RBI triple, scoring Brian McCann, and back-to-back RBI triples by Beltran and Chase Headley, making it 8-4. The Yankees would add 2 more in the top of the 4th, both on a Didi Gregorius 2-run double, scoring Carlos Beltran and Chase Headley. And they would put a little extra icing on the cake in the 7th inning with a 3-run homer off the bat of Mark Teixeira against Al Albuquerque. The entire pitching staff was awful tonight. They gave up 13 runs, 12 earned on 15 hits, 6 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run. Ian Kroll, Jabba Chamberlain, and Tom Gorzolany each pitched scoreless innings. Kroll went 2 innings, walked 2 batters and struck out 2. Jabba Chamberlain with zeros on walks and strikeouts and hits as well, and runs. No runs. Tom Gorzolany would only give up a hit. No walks, no strikeouts, no runs in the 9th inning. Gorzolany's ERA drops to 1.80. Jabba Chamberlain's ERA is still all zeros. Al Albuquerque's ERA rises to 8.31, giving up 3 earned runs on 2 hits. one walk and one strikeout in just one inning of play. Angel Nesbitt went an inning and 2/3, giving up 2 runs, 1 earned on 2 hits, no walks and no strikeouts. His ERA is still only 1.42. That breaks down the bright spots and dark spots of this bullpen. Java Chamberlain, especially, still keeping his ERA at all zeros, going an inning and a third total this season. Well, let me check his stats. He may have gone longer than that, a little longer than that. And yeah, there's his new picture with his reduced beard. He has gone 2 1/3 innings, no wins, no losses, all zeros in his ERA, an all zeros ERA, 2 strikeouts. And I think Chamberlain has walked 2 Indian batters earlier this season. But it's very strange that, well, maybe kind of strange, that David Price keeps giving up a lot of runs against the Yankees at home. He gave up 8 his last time at home against the Yankees late in the summer, late of last year in the regular season. He just can't. And then he gave up 8 more tonight. David Price has got to figure out some way to shut down those Yankee bats. One of the bright spots for the Tigers offense tonight was Jonas Cespedes going 2 for 3. He didn't score any runs, but he knocked in a run. You can call in at 646-478-4837. Or you can text message at 231-429-3668. Please tell me who you are and where you're from, name, city, and state. Then we go to the dark sides of the offense. Ian Kinsler and Nick Castellanos both went 0 for 4 with 1 RBI combined. That belonged to Nick Castellanos. Castellanos, unfortunately, struck out 3 times, leaving 5 men on base. James McCann didn't filled in for Miguel Cabrera, who went 1 for 3. McCann didn't get any at bats. McCann pinch ran for Miguel Cabrera. Rajay Davis pinch hit for Victor Martinez. Victor went 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Alex Avila went 1 for 4 with an RBI single and a strikeout. Jose Iglesias went 1 for 3. Tigers offense total went 6 for 32, leaving 17 men on base. Almost every pitcher has owned the Tigers offense right now. But sorry if I'm sounding too negative, but the Tigers offense was off to a hot start, but now they're slumping. They started slumping in the beginning of the Pittsburgh Pirates series at PNC Park. Only scoring 7 runs in that series. Then in the first 2 games against the White Sox, they scored 5 runs before scoring 9 in the rubber finale. But the last 3 games, all against the Yankees in this series, they have scored 8 in their last 3 total. 8 runs in their last 3. 7 plus 5 is 12. Plus 8 is 20. They have scored 20 runs total in 8 of their last 9 games. They have a finale, a series finale against the Yankees tomorrow afternoon at 1:08 at Comerica Park before welcoming in the Cleveland Indians. And here is a preview for tomorrow's game. Anibal Sanchez will take on Masahiro Tanaka. That starting pitching matchup does not look good. Sanchez coming off 2 straight losses, giving up 14 runs combined in those 2 games after battling the Twins in the middle game of the season opening series at Comerica Park against Minnesota. He's 1-2 with a 7.71 ERA. Tanaka is 2-1 with a 3.94 ERA. Adam Berry from MLB.com headlines: Tigers on tap for Tanaka after a scoreless start. I don't know what kind of scoreless start Adam Berry meant, but I can read it. The Yankees and Tigers will wrap up their 4-game series at Comerica Park with a matchup between right-handers Masahiro Tanaka and Anibal Sanchez Thursday at 1:08. 3 things to know about this game. Number 1, Tanaka is coming off his best start of the season, striking out 8 over 7 scoreless innings against the Rays. Following his opening day start, Tanaka pitched on 5 days rest his last 2 times out. He'll be pitching on normal rest Thursday for the first time this season. He's 4-2 with a 3.07 ERA in 8 starts on 4 days rest in the majors, compared to 8-3 with a 2.86 ERA and 11 starts on 5 days rest Number 2, after giving up 5 home runs over his last 2 starts compared to only 4 in 126 innings last season, Anibal Sanchez threw two bullpen sessions in 4 days this week to repair his delivery with pitching coach Jeff Jones. Sanchez said, quote, "My back leg was off a little bit and my front leg was a little bit straight. It's just little things that happen during this season. The important thing is I am healthy and I think I am ready," unquote. And number 3, Alex Rodriguez has hit 658 career home runs, 2 shy of tying Willie Mays' mark of 660 for 4th place on the all-time list. Anibal Sanchez had better improve fast tomorrow. Otherwise, Masahiro Tanaka is going to unanimously outpitch him, and chances are the Yankees will take that game by a rout like they did tonight. Tanaka has been the better pitcher than Anibal Sanchez statistically thus far this season. And hopefully for Tigers fans everywhere, that all turns around, which is highly unlikely. Have less than 15 minutes left on the show. Let's go to the Red Wings. They took a 3-0 decision in Game 3 at Joe Louis Arena against the Tampa Bay Lightning to lead the series 2-1. Here is a preview of Game 4 tomorrow at 7 o'clock on Fox Sports Detroit and NBCSN. Headlining from the Detroit Red Wings mobile app. Lightning aim to get offense going at Red Wings. The Wings went the final quarter of the regular season without stringing together consecutive wins. If they can win a second consecutive game against the Tampa Bay Lightning at Joe Louis Arena on Thursday, the Red Wings will take a commanding 3-1 lead in their Eastern Conference quarterfinal series. It's the first round series as well. Also what I like to call the Atlantic Division semifinals. Both the Wings and Lightning are in the Atlantic Division, and whoever wins this one will take on the winner between the Montreal Canadiens and the Ottawa Senators. Those two teams are also in the Atlantic Division. That's my point. The same should go for the Western Conference. The Central Division standings and the Pacific Division standings. Same thing for the Metropolitan Division standings going back to the Eastern Conference. Coming back to the Eastern Conference, I should say, because that conference is ours now. And it has been for 2 seasons now. Detroit limped a bit into the Stanley Cup playoffs, going 7-10-3 over its final 20 regular season games. The Red Wings' last winning streak came just before that, when they won 3 in a row from February 26th to March 4th. Defenseman Jonathan Ericsson said today, quote, "It's a race to 4, but it would be huge if we win tomorrow again. I think we have a good chance. We felt really good about ourselves last night. Peter Mrazek really played well too," unquote. The Red Wings have sandwiched 3-2 and 3-0 victories around a 5-1 loss in Game 2. Mrazek and center Pavel Datsyuk have stood front and center in the wins, with Mrazek making 66 saves on 68 shots and Datsyuk providing 2 goals, 1 assist, and his usual range of intangibles. Head coach Mike Babcock said about Datsyuk, being named as a finalist for the Lady Byng Trophy. Quote, he is better without the puck than he is with it, if you can imagine that. What? Are you kidding me?
You're out of your mind.
What about Datsuki and Deeks and his moves? He can actually stick handle the puck better. Doesn't Mike Babcock it anymore?
You're out of your mind.
The Lightning have won 3 of 6 series all time in which they trailed 2-1, including the 2004 Stanley Cup final win against the Calgary Flames, and gave a spirited effort at practice Wednesday. That was when John Tortorella was the head coach behind their bench. Forward Andre Palat said, according to the Tampa Bay Times, quote, this is far from over, unquote. Palat without a point and -1 in the series after scoring 16 goals and 63 points with a plus 31 rating in the regular season is one of several key players the Lightning need to get on the score sheet. Star forward Steven Stamkos, second in the NHL with 43 goals this past regular season, has 2 assists in this series. He had 8 shots in Game 1, but has been held to 3 shots over the past 2 games. Great for the Red Wings. Great job by the Red Wings defense containing Stamkos. They need to keep it up. Lightning head coach John Cooper said, do I think Detroit's going to keep him down for the whole series? I don't. I think it's just a matter of time with him. Oh, we'll have to, unquote. Well, John, we'll have to see. After being pulled in Game 2, Mrazek stymied the Lightning in Game 3, as he did in the opener, needing to make 22 saves for his first postseason shutout in his career. According to forward Tyler Johnson, however, Tampa Bay didn't do nearly enough to make life difficult for the rookie goaltender. Tyler Johnson said, quote, we didn't play our game at all. We've got to focus on ourselves. We shot ourselves in the foot the entire game, unquote. Cooper wasn't disagreeing. He said, quote, we didn't make them have to play the full 200 feet. We made the game easy on them, unquote. And rookie forward Jonathan Drouin, Drouin, who was looking to make his playoff debut, took some shifts in place of Vladislav Namestnikov. On a line with Valtteri Filppula, the former Red Wing, and Cedric Paquette. But Cooper said he plans on using the same lineup in Game 4. Cooper had no update on the status of defenseman Jason Garrison, who hopes to make his return at some point in this series from an upper body injury that has sidelined him since the end of March. That's the end of that one. I will tweet it out. I heard on the Ryan and Rico show earlier this morning on the way to campus that Ryan Armani does not think that the series is over, and neither do I, but he feels really good about this Red Wings team right now, and so do we. He and Rico Beard talked to Trevor Thompson. They interviewed him about the Red Wings play lately thus far, and Trevor Thompson told them about the turnovers that can kill the Wings' chances of winning the game, and that has been the case most of this past regular season. and it apparently was the case in Game 2. Because the Lightning scored 5 goals total. In other words, the turnovers proved very costly. Trevor Thompson was spot on about what he said on the turnovers. And if you go to DetroitSports1051.com and click on the Ryan and Rico podcast, you'll find their latest podcast interview with Trevor Thompson from their show this morning, on this morning's installment of the Ryan and Rico show on Detroit Sports 1051. You can also download the Detroit Sports 1051 mobile app on your smartphone and tap on podcast below on the bottom of your phone screen, the bottom of your touch screen, your phone's touch screen, and look for the Trevor Thompson interview with Ryan and Rico. You'll get all the details that Trevor Thompson said to Ryan and Rico on the air. All interviews are archived on podcasts on the 1051 app and DetroitSports1051.com. The call letters are WMGC HD1 in Ferndale in the greater metropolitan Detroit area. It is also the home of the Detroit Pistons of the NBA. That's going to do it for Taylor's Detroit Sports Postgame, Wednesday, April 22nd, 2015 at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm Taylor Phillips. I will talk to you again tomorrow night at 11. TTFN, ta-ta for now.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.